Hello again. So it has been, oh, you don't know what... Hello again and welcome back to March May's Midlife Dolly Crisis. So it's been a while since I did a colour reveal, a Barbie Colour Reveal unboxing. I have had one for a while which I haven't shown you, and I kind of forgot about it. There was a lot of fuss about this, and I was desperate to get one like everyone else. So it is a mermaid inspired one. This is from last year, I think it's from last year. Last year was a bit of a blur for me because of the move and everything, so I think this is probably last year. This is hopefully the one that I want, which is the Merman, which I think everyone has. This was like the super rare one, but the amount that I've seen on YouTube with people unboxing them, there must have been quite a few of these super rare ones because a lot of people seem to have got him. I'm really excited about him. He's got really cool hair. I'm interested in actually rebodying him as well. So that will also be taking place in this video, hopefully. So yeah, we'll do the whole colour reveal thing anyway because it's kind of, we'll say it's fun. We'll say it's fun. So here we go. So this is our tube. So one of the good things about these dolls, the colour reveal dolls, is the fact that they don't have a lot of tags and stuff in them because they're literally just in the tube and then they're kind of loose. So if we go around here, you can kind of see it's got kind of like these bags inside. So let's get this doll open and check them out. So there's a strip thing here which goes down, that comes off, and here we go. So I think some of the later dolls are in paper bags. Some of these seem to be paper by the looks of it, and some of them are plastic. So I'm not sure what the story with that is. Maybe they were kind of between productions, maybe when that was happening. Here is the lid, which I'm going to remove. Some of the lids seem tougher than others. I just wanted to point out on the top of the lid there is a code just here. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it properly, to be honest, because it is quite small. Anyway, the code reads, if I can even read it, 2401HF, I think. If I've misread that, because it is actually quite tiny, I will put it on the screen as well. So this is the code that you want to find if you want to find the Merman, basically. If you have a look on YouTube, there are other videos which have the Merman in, and this is kind of a code that crops up a lot with him. Also, I was very lucky because a friend of mine had also bought one, and this is the code that he used as well. So I was kind of safeguarded a bit, really. So let's put that to one side. Let's remove this. I had to go, I think, to more than one store to actually find this one, but I wasn't kind of trawling over many of them, which is good. And I'm not sure if the majority of people even know they've got codes on them, which is a shame because obviously if you are actually buying it for a child, you want them to have different ones, even if you don't want them to have, even if they don't want to have a specific one. And I would imagine that probably toys like this are sort of bought for like birthday parties and events and things like that, where more kids are going to be, each child might have one, although they are quite expensive, I should say. And it would be nice to know that they're not all getting the same one or whatever. But anyway, here is the doll here. These are all the bits that they come with. I'm still kind of a bit, is it the right one? Is it the right one? I'm pretty sure it was, because yeah, I can kind of see through the packet. Let's actually just open this stuff and reveal everything. So the accessories seem to be in paper bags. He seems to be in a plastic bag. Let's Let's open the accessories first. So we know which doll we're getting in this instance, which is a relief. So this is for his tail. So this kind of just clips in. So that is his fin. I'm presuming he comes with a comb as well, because they all seem to, and he's got longish hair. So, okay, so this is kind of his sort of chest piece. It kind of goes over his shoulder and sort of down. So that is that. I probably should have opened the doll first, and then this stuff could have actually gone on to him, couldn't it? What is this? Oh, it's not going to be shoes, is it? Let's be honest. Okay, so these are kind of his sort of gauntlets that he wears on his sort of forearms. Is it forearms? You know, his arms here, his kind of wrists, his wrist bits. I don't know what you call them. Maybe he doesn't come with a comb. Oh yes, here he is. Maybe he doesn't go with a comb and open a comb. So there we go. So it's sort of like shell-shaped a bit. And it's also got this on here, which is the sort of the sponge, which, you know, when you put it in cold water and put it on him, I think you can make things change. So that is all the accessories there. So this here will basically show you what you could get in this. And as I say, they're not new dolls. I believe they are still around in some of the shops. Certainly here in Ireland, I have seen them still. Okay, so I just had a quick look on the plastic, which I'd taken off from the tube, and it says 2021. So I'm not sure if they made it into the shops in 2021 or it was kind of the following year that they made it in, which would make more sense. But anyway, so here we go. So this is the mermaid series, obviously. So there are a few mermaids here. So this one is a redhead. This one has, I think, orange hair, green hair, purple hair, sort of dark pink hair, and then obviously he has sort of silvery coloured hair. I mean, they're all very cute. They've got sort of designs on their tails, which I think change, possibly. They've also got designs on their tops, which I presume the tops, if you were getting the mermaids, the tops are fabric, or are they actually on them already? I'm not actually sure about that, because I know that you get headdresses as well. So maybe these girls get headdresses and he gets this kind of chest armour sort of bit here. Anyway, I have seen some of them. They are actually really nice dolls. Obviously, articulation-wise, they are not amazing, and the tails certainly won't be doing what they're doing here. So let's open him up, and we can see what the articulation is actually like. I'm actually quite nervous and excited at the same time. I'm going to just cut into there. Right, so here we go. So he's got plastic on him, and obviously he has the whole colour reveal thing, which is kind of the body bit here. So I'm guessing maybe on the girl ones, they're kind of like bra things are also part of the colour reveal bit. So he's actually got more plastic on than I imagined that he would have. I didn't really think he'd have plastic sort of here and also around his head, which is interesting. Maybe so his hair doesn't go everywhere. But yeah, so articulation wise, as I say, there really isn't any in the body at all. All this is basically just static. His arms go out and they go up and they go round. So, you know, that's all right. And his head is kind of on that tilt thing. Because obviously he's got rigid hair, so you know, you don't have to dunk all that in the water as well. So I'm presuming that's why he's got a bit more articulation head-wise. Whereas some of the others, when they're covered completely in the paint, they will have very basic sort of head movements and sort of very basic arm movements and stuff like that. It almost looks like his waist should move because he's got a kind of a joint there, but apparently not. And yeah, on the back it says 2021 Mattel. So that is that. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like tape or something. I don't know. Anyway, so let's have a closer look of his face. I'm going to take this off. His hair is very soft. I'm very pleased to say there is no product in it, which is good. Why is that stuck? A bit seems to be stuck on the kind of the painted bit, which I'm presuming will come loose once we've got it in some water. So you can understand why I wanted him. He's got kind of long hair, which is nice, and he's also got this kind of cool blurry face. There we go. We're here. We're back. Yeah, he's kind of got this sort of cool style where it's sort of shaved at the back, but obviously it's painted, and then he's got kind of the long bit on the top, which is actually a hairstyle I had for quite a number of years, a few years back. But yeah, so he's got sort of silver coloured hair. He also has sort of grey eyes. He has sort of pink lips, pinkish, sort of light pink. Obviously he's got sort of dark brows. He's also got little dimples, which means I think he's probably the same head mould as the fashionista that I got who looked like a horse jockey. Okay, so just so you can see them side by side, this is what they look like together. Obviously, this one here, his skin tone is a bit darker than the Mer guy. And the eyes are a different colour, stuff like that. But it does seem to be the same kind of face mould in that they've got the whole sort of dimple thing going on. Hopefully you can see that and it's not just a big blurry mess. But yeah, there we go, look. So yeah, so that is that. It's kind of interesting seeing them side by side, to be honest. But there you go, so that is that. So all that is left to do really is to get some water in the tube and then get him in there, and then we'll have a look at the colour reveal bit. Yeah, so we'll do that, we'll get this stuff on him, and then I'll take his head off, which sounds great, and I will pop him onto a new body. So I'll be right back with some water. So I'm back. So I've got water here, I've got towels at the ready, I have the doll here who is going to be going in there. So it's hot water. It's not like boiling hot, but you know, it's warm enough, I think, so it's going to have some effect here. So here he goes. There are some bubbles happening because obviously, you know, it's a bit of a shock for him, isn't it? So let me try and, there we go, is that better? So the colours are starting to drip off him. So he originally had this sort of like bluish, greyish sort of metallic colouring over him. And he had the kind of the purple and the yellow and the orange sort of stripes. They seem to be kind of blending off and blending into each other. It's quite interesting to see. I realise this is meant to be like an SMR or whatever it is thing, and not normally, wouldn't normally have some sort of some person wittering on in the background, but there you go, that's just me. So let's watch him as he unveils himself to us. Okay, so I think that is about done. So I am going to get him out of there and dry him off and hope that water doesn't literally go all over the desk. Okay, so here he is, fully undressed from his paint. I have to be honest, I am actually quite impressed by his tail because it's sort of holographic almost. It's actually quite nice. I don't know what, I mean on the back it's just plain, but on the front they seem to have made a bit more of an effort with kind of like sort of a silver sort of paint job on there, and there are these sort of lightning bolts over it, and obviously it's kind of got moulded sort of scales on, and then a kind of moulded sort of belt thing which seems to sort of blend in. It's very strange. And then we've got this bit down here which again sort of matches the belt. So he does have a sort of hot and cold feature. He has got sort of tattoos down his arm, which we're going to do now. I'm going to do it very quickly because I didn't have any ice and I managed to kind of scrape a bit out of the freezer in a obviously glamorous way. So I'm sort of hoping that I've got enough coldness here to be able to do this. So I have it in this. It's pathetic, much like the rest of my life. But let's try and get this to work. I might just have to end up rubbing it on. Oh dear. Okay, so so we've already got something going on, but not a huge amount, and it seems to go very quickly. It is actually very warm here. Oh, and you can't even see because I've not even got it on the camera, so that's good, isn't it? You know what? Let me literally just pick up the ice and just kind of colour it in, just so you can see. I'm so sorry. There are actually videos with people doing this where they do actually have the right equipment. But yeah, so look, you can see it there. So he's got tattoos there on one arm. He does have it on the other one as well because you can kind of see them outlined. But I probably don't have enough. I probably don't have enough cold to actually do that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's all gone horribly wrong. But you did kind of see where I was going from with that. So that is that effect there. So obviously he does come with all this other stuff. This, I think once in, you can't remove it. So I don't want to put it in yet because I want him to kind of dry out first, and obviously water goes up into that. But yeah, so that just pushes in here. There's a hole where that clips in. You can kind of see the sort of effect it's going to have once it's actually in, but I'm not going to put it in properly. So he's also got this sort of weird armour thing, which he would wear like that. And then he's got these, which would go on his arms down here. There's that. I don't know if there's a right and a left. Obviously this would look more impressive if, you know, the tattoos were sort of on show. So these are kind of like a rubbery material, just so they kind of slip on there, and they're not going to come off. I wouldn't have thought. Not, you know, you can take them off obviously, but they're going to sort of stay on, is what I mean. So there he is. So that's him. Let me just tuck this in here, and you can pretend that he's done. There we go. So look, there he is. There he's swimming around, having lots of fun as a merman. And yeah, so hopefully next time you see him, he's gonna not be a merman. I'm probably going to swap the head because I have a can, a Made to Move Body can, which I'm hoping is going to match with the whole skin tone and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. So join me in a second where I'll be hopefully taking someone's head off. Well, hopefully taking two people's heads off and sort of swapping them over. Hi. So I'm back. I'm back with a headless can. The body actually, skin tone wise, isn't great. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. It seems like this guy's paler than this guy. So this is Fashionista number 167. He is on a Made to Move body. He is a wheelchair fashionista. I don't think this is going to work because he is a lot darker than this guy. So I could do it, but I think it's going to look weird. So for now, I think I'm not going to. I will probably do it later on with another one. Although, actually, you know what? That might work, mightn't it? And then at least he wouldn't be on this body here. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna swap these over and then I'm gonna wait and get another body for the merman. Yeah, because I'm not really, I don't really like the whole petite body thing on the fashionistas because it's just really hard to kind of find clothes that fit them. Okay, I'm going to be back in 1 second. So, as you can see, things have taken a bit of a turn here. I was going to put this head on the made-to-be body, and then I realised, obviously, you know, I do have Fabio here, who was on this body, and I thought maybe Fabio would like to have a made-to-be body. So, the skin type matched. So I thought, yeah, maybe he would be better off with a made-to-move body. So I basically put his head on this body. This is his whole body, which I've now put this head on. And I think I'm actually happy that way. Obviously, I still need to get a body for this guy. So I need a kind of a paler skin tone. So if anyone can give me any pointers, I'm presuming probably Sean from Wave 1 of the Lux dolls would work. But if anyone's got any other ideas, please let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I'm sorry this has kind of taken a very kind of odd turn. It started out as a colour reveal and ended up as kind of like 2 beheadings really. But yeah, so I'm quite happy. I think Fabio is probably quite happy. These were the clothes which the fashionista who kind of sacrificed his body to help us today was wearing. So do you have the merman? I know a lot of people do have him, and did you rebody him? That's the main question. So let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you do a lot of this kind of like body swap stuff. It is nicer, obviously, to get them onto a made-to-move body, and obviously if you have a head of like one of these particular, like, you know, a colour reveal doll where their articulation isn't great generally, and obviously even worse when they're a mer person because, you know, they don't have any articulation in their legs at all. I can kind of see why people do it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, despite the fact it went a bit kind of like weird at the end. Please like it if you liked it, and you know what, even if you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway. You know, it's just nice, isn't it? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. These guys are off to get some clothes maybe, or at least get a nice cold drink somewhere, and I will see you very soon. So until the next time, have a great week. Bye.